And welcome to the Utility Safety and Environment Committee meeting. The first item on our agenda is approval of the September 8th Utilities Committee meeting minutes. Can I get a motion, please?
So moved. Second.
It's been moved and properly second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. The next item on the agenda is a matter of leasing and/or purchasing a 2021 True Vac Paradigm hydro excavating truck from Jack Doheny Company. Mr. Rothgary.
Yes. Hello.
If you'd like to tell us about it, come up to the mic, please, and thank you for being here.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Ladies and gentlemen, so, thank you. In the time that I'd been discussing this, we had done some math and found that the outright purchase has turned out to be quite a savings as opposed to the lease. So tonight, I'm really hoping that we can put it on the purchase of $267,636 as opposed to the lease, which the lease was that money along with another $13,000 and some change in interest. So there's a savings there, and also there is a price increase coming. So the clean and simple outright purchase saves another $11,000 with as everything is started, been so difficult to purchase that prices seem to be going up at every turn. So tonight I'm asking that we purchase this unit, and I guess really the biggest thing would be to explain what this is. And so in the interest of people who know that wastewater has these big vac trucks, this is a very similar thing to that, except its duties are that it does hydro excavating, so digging into the ground for utilities as opposed to using a backhoe or an excavator. And what it does is it does it more safely around other utilities. And in my world, utilities now, they're everywhere. There's more and more all the time, and they're very expensive if you break them. So we have two trailer-mounted units that we got the first one on a grant, which was really great in 2013, and found that it's a really, really good way to work. So much so that we had outright purchased a second one, and we retired the first one and now have a third. So we're still running two units. Now this truck-mounted unit it's a giant vacuum cleaner. The trailer-mounted ones are 3-inch and this one's 6-inch. So I mean, it can really suck up a lot of dirt and mud. And you dig with like a pressure washer, like a car wash. It clears the ground and then it sucks it up and puts it into a tank. And when all's said and done, there's a small hopper on the back. You can fill the hole back up with gravel or fresh dirt or whatever, and it put a little topsoil on it. And so it's a minimal impact in the people's yard, where we used to make like a 3-by-5 foot dig to dig up a curb stop. We're now doing it in about a 12-inch hole. So everything from restoration to disturbing their property, or in the case where the utilities in their driveway, we're making a small 12-by-12-inch hole as opposed to a quarter or a third of an apron. So that makes people a little happier. And so really the biggest thing is that the technology has arrived to make the pricing really attractive, and the unit for hydro excavating does not have to do what the sewer vac does, so it's quite a bit cheaper, which those are pushing almost $500,000. That this unit is quite substantially less. And with that, I guess if anything you would want to ask, I could probably tell you.
Thank you, Mr. Rothgary. Mrs. Keys?
Through you, Madam Chair, what's the life expectancy of this piece of equipment?
Well, the ones at wastewater, they've been running 7 years and then trading them. So I'm expecting this to do at least that, maybe more, because it's not as rough a duty as the sewer vacs are. I tend to keep everything in our fleet. Usually it's 10 years before we look at turning something over.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions for Mr. Rothgary? Mrs. Keys? Mrs. Davis, I'm so sorry.
Through you,
Ms. Chair, yes.
We're all doing real good tonight.
So wastewater already has one of these type of vehicles?
They have 4,
Oh,
but they're actually far more substantial. They can vac very deep in the sewers. And we actually have demoed their units to do our work, and it's worked out pretty well.
okay.
Other than their units are always busy, so therefore we wanted to get one of our own and a less expensive version because it's not having to suck up the deep sewers.
Oh, thank you.
Mr. Sierra, did you have a question, sir?
I'm sorry?
Okay, Mr. Oswald.
Through you, Madam Chair. So what you're saying is that it could make you guys more efficient. It could be less harm to the yards.
Mm-hmm,
It can be safer,
absolutely.
and I'm sure you would let us know if we're going to have money in there to pay for this, but it seems like this is a great deal, and it gives you the tools necessary to do the jobs, take care of the city property. So I'm all for this. I think this is a great idea. Thank you.
We do have, the funds are in the account for purchases vehicles. I was going to purchase, or when it was approved in budget for buying a truck this year, and we just kind of morphed what kind of truck we were going to buy from one version to another. So that was the beauty of not having to wait until after the price increase, is that we have the money in the account and ready to go per Ted and John.
Through you, Madam Chair. When you suck up all this stuff, it gets put in, where do you take it to afterwards?
So
Like,
central
is it-
maintenance, because it's dirt that becomes mud, and then we just dry it out and, get rid of it. Or sometimes we keep some of it when it dries out to fill holes in certain places. But it's mostly just a kind of a backfill type situation.
But what you were saying, as far as you have the capability of carrying some of
Right, some
the
dry
other stuff,
dirt.
so you
because-
suck this out, you take care of the project, and then you can fill with what you've got in there.
Right.
So it makes it quicker and less costly for our labor, so.
Oh, for sure, and, with, just the fact that every time men show up on a job, there's always that risk of injury and such, and this is one of those things that, the unit itself is really a 2 to 3 man operation, as opposed to 5 with a regular digging crew. And then also, we have, which I'm sure you've heard it many times from Mr. Jacob, the EPA is constantly after us to be doing more and more. I can shift some of my people to doing some of the things that the EPA likes us to do. So there's really, it's all gain and no loss, other than, guys say working on fire hydrants or something is probably safer than the excavation, and of course, the safe excavation around electric and gas. It's definitely, it's something I've been watching for years, and I'm almost a little surprised that it came as soon as it has, with as fast as technology moves these days.
Thank you, Mr. Rothgary. Any other questions? If not, I'll read the committee report. We have considered the matter of the purchase or lease of a 2021 TruVac Paradigm, and I'm sure I'm not saying that right, hydro excavating truck from Jack Doheny Company. And this is the purchase or lease of a 2021 TruVac Paradigm hydro excavating truck from Jack Doheny Company. Monies have been appropriated in the 2021 capital budget. Mr. Bruning, please.
Thank you, Mrs. Mitchell. Mr. Rothgary, what's your timeline on ordering this for the discount to take effect?
I have until the day after the council meeting.
So are you requesting an emergency clause on this?
I am, thank you.
All right, thank you.
And there will be an emergency clause on this. Can I get a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. There is nothing else to come before this committee. I will consider a motion for adjournment, please.
So moved, Madam Chair.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Good night, everyone. Thank you for coming. Mr. Ross?
Yes. Good to be seen.
I hear you. Hi.
So nice to finally meet you. I haven't been, doing my due diligence at being at council meetings lately, but
But you're gonna do